What's up, guys? A couple minutes early, but welcome on. What do we got here? Robert, hearing you. Not a lot happy about the doubleheader sweep. Not happy, or you're happy? This is pretty, I'm hoping you're a Yankees fan. So, but as a Yankee fan, very happy about it. And, very excited. It was and they overtook Boston in the wild card standings, which is phenomenal. It really is phenomenal. And can't say enough about them. I really can't. And, but to recap the game, obviously, they won the first game 5-3. I did a recap video on that one. You'll see that in the description section a little bit. I'm gonna attach it after this. But tonight, yeah, Jack, what's up, buddy? Let's go, baby. Luke Voit started off, with a solo shot opposite field against Nate Eovaldi, who's given Yankees fits for a while, but I'm glad they kind of touched him up a little bit tonight. And Stanton hit a 440-foot bomb to left center to make it 2-0. And that's where it stayed. That's where the offense stayed. DJ had 2 hits. Odor had 2 hits. So there was a good offensive balance across the board. Let's go Yankees. That's right. Luis Hill needed a little help tonight, but he got through 4 2/3. And, he did leave the bases loaded. He left, but Wandy came in and cleaned that up, and he cleaned up the 6th inning as well. Wandy got himself in a jam and out of a jam in the 6th inning, and then Chad Green came down and then shut down in the 7th. So for the save, for the Yankees win, for 2-0 final. So sweeping the Boston Red Sox, always nice. And again, can't say enough, overtaking these guys. We've overtaken somebody in the wild card standings, which is awesome. So very, very happy about that. Let's check this little roll call here. Jace, what's going on? Joseph, Pritchard, yeah, man. Matthew, big baby. That's it, baby. Rudy, what's up? Weston, was that Weston 125? Let's go Yankees, man. That's right. And Matthew again, Voit or Rizzo, and keep Odor in lineup. Well, if there's a way to keep all 3, you do it. But I have a feeling if Voit and Rizzo are in the lineup, then Odor is probably going to be the odd man out. But again, he could play multiple positions. Personally, if there's a way to keep, well, it depends on how Rizzo comes back and if he's productive. So Voigt's kind of been productive right now, so I wouldn't just if Voigt's pitching well, I'm not going to just throw Rizzo right back in there and sit Voit, because that's not fair. But if there's a way to rotate these guys, in first base and DH and something like that, you give them both opportunities. Again, I don't want to shut down Voit if he's hitting well, just like I wouldn't want to shut down Rizzo if he's playing well. So there's got to be a way to play both of them. And but and you have Giancarlo Stanton now in the outfield. You have Judge out there, and then you have Gallo out there, so that could work too. And then you can DH Voit, and then you can put Rizzo at first base. It gives you the flexibility to do that. So while keeping the other guys in there. So and then again, and at that point, then you'd have DJ at second. Depending on who right now, would be probably Odor at third. Or you have Velasquez, and then you have. If it's not Torres, obviously, then you have Oswald Peraza's up. I haven't seen him yet, but you have Tyler Wade. So you have some versatility. But once these guys start coming back, it's going to be a little bit tougher. We do have a shot at the division, Joseph. We do. I want to keep it realistic, though, but because the Rays keep playing well, they haven't kind of gone on a skid like the Red Sox have. But if they do, the Yankees need to be ready to pounce. They really do. And they still have a lot of reinforcements coming, which is good. Let's go Yankees. That's right, Rudy. Yeah, and what do we got here? Yeah, Tampa Bay, like I said, yeah, Robert says it too. Tampa Bay needs to start losing, and they're really, really good. It's going to be really hard for them to be losing. Now they got Nelson Cruz, and they made some under-the-radar acquisitions near or approaching the deadline, a couple of relievers, and so they're sneaky good, and they are that way every year. So we still play the Rays, right? We do play the Rays. I don't know how much more. I know we got Minnesota coming up. We might have the Rays one more series, and the Yankees usually play the Rays at the end of the season in Tampa. I have to check the schedule on that, but I would imagine they're going to play the Rays at least one more series. I think there's 40 games left after today, or 40-something, actually. Is there any hope? Matt, so Sevy, he got his MRI. Boone wasn't really clear. He didn't really get into the description. He didn't want to actually give specifics, but they sent him for a second opinion. But a second opinion on an MRI is kind of dicey to me. It doesn't look great. That's in my opinion. So I'm hoping that he comes back, but we'll see. I really don't. I'm not that optimistic for Sevy. And if he does come back, they got to do it in the bullpen. There's no other way. I don't see how they can have him anywhere near the starting rotation. It's too risky for him with all these setbacks. A's are losing 8-0 to the White Sox. Yes. pick up a game on them in the standings too. Tampa's feasting on the Orioles, of course. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like Tampa Bay, and they have a relatively favorable schedule in the next couple of weeks. So, and they're just that good, man. I mean, it's gonna be hard to overtake Tampa, but I'd rather take the first wild card spot than the second one. But it is what it is. You're still gonna play the other wild card team anyway. But I'd rather have home field advantage on it. And let's see if the Yankees could somehow sweep them. Jack, Heaney's on the mound tomorrow. He's on the hill now. He stunk his first 3 games here. He's given up like at least 5 runs each start, but he's given him length. He's given him 6 innings per start. So that, at the very least, takes the load off the bullpen a little bit and gives some of these other guys a chance to kind of get rested again is better too. And a doubleheader doesn't always help because you have multiple, relievers pitching today. But, if he can give us some length again, that would be really great. But, we'll see. I really don't know. It's so unpredictable with Heaney. So, he'll have a good first 2 innings, and then he'll just give up 3 home runs after that. And it's like, come on, dude. So, I hope he has a good game tomorrow, though. The Rays' last 3 games of the year is the only series we have. Yes, it's like Justin said, too. It's like the last series of the season or the last week of the season. They always play Tampa. And I do think it's in Tampa. We will be full strength. But, yeah, you're right, too, Justin. We'll be full strength. We'll have Rizzo back. We'll have Glaber back. We'll have Gio back. Kluber probably, and who else do we need? Well, no, O'Day's not coming back. He's done for the season. Those are the main reinforcements we have back. I'm not sure about Sevy, to be honest. My guess is he's going to be shut down for the remainder of the year. That'd be my guess, but I don't have the MRI. I'm not a doctor, so I can't make that prediction. But we need Justin. We need back. How about Gil? What a stud! Yeah, Gil was a stud, and you know what? He worked himself in and out of jams, and thankfully, he couldn't get through the 5th, but that's okay. He went 4 2/3. He did load the bases. They had 2 outs. Luckily, Wandy came in and cleaned it up for him. And that was a really key out right there. And he was really thankful. He held him in the dugout, and he got through the 6th as well, Wandy, with some key outs. He got himself into a jam, and he got himself out of a jam. And then they left it to Chad Green, who's coming back. And it's good to see a resurgence of Chad Green again and Johnny Lasagna. It's good to see that. It's good to see that. And by the way, during that 5th inning, Joey Goomba Gallo, there was a fly ball to him, and he threw the ball without a bounce to Gary Sanchez from left field, and that saved him a run. So credit to the Goomba right there for that ridiculously. He's got the best arm in the outfield from the Yankees. It's better than Judge. And they even do these stats now. He's like 95 miles an hour, and Judge is, I think, 91 or 92. He has a cannon, and he showed that tonight. So that's he's an all-around good player. Justin Domingo. I don't know. Domingo Germán, I don't know whether he'd be a candidate to get into the rotation or not. Maybe long relief or something. I just don't know. It's so unpredictable. He had quite a few good games and he had quite a few bad ones, and now he's got, I think, it's shoulder inflammation. So you don't really know what to expect when these guys come back with a shoulder inflammation or sore elbow. It's just so dicey. So I hope he comes back at full strength and can give them some length and give them something and just get some dudes out. And Juan Plunk duty, right now he's not in the picture. You're right. Severino's not in the picture. And I'm going with under the assumption that he's not going to be in the picture for this season at all. If he is and he comes back, it's a bonus. But again, I'm going with the assumption that he's not going to be. Learn from the losses. The Yankees do have to learn from the losses. They have to learn from the wins too. They're winning these lower scoring games, but they need to win the slugfests as well. And but I'll say this: they're winning types of games that they were losing. The types of games that they're winning now are the types of games they were losing a month or 2 ago. So they are trending in the right direction. It looks they look more energetic now. They look happier to be playing baseball. And, and something like Cole to me is one of the heart and souls of the team, the way he's a gamer and his fire that he brings. And so having him back was a real shot in the arm, and some of these other guys, the energy that they bring, Gallo and Odor is just a quiet one too. Is Rizzo playing tomorrow? No, Rizzo they started giving him some cardio stuff to get his cardio up. When you come back from COVID, one of the first things that's affected is your stamina and your endurance. So they have to give him a couple of cardios. Plus, MLB protocol requires 2 consecutive negative COVID tests. And as of right now, he hasn't gotten that, at least as far as we know. So you got to have 2 negative tests in a row before you can officially come back. That's the protocol. So. But I'm hoping he comes back sooner than later, and I hope they find a way to get him and Voit in the lineup. I really do. How is Heaney still on the staff? Well, I think it's because 3 guys were out on the IL. And one reason, and he's been giving them length while these guys are out on the IL. I mean, remember, there was a part of the season where the starters couldn't even go past the 3rd or 4th inning. We had that problem last year. We had that problem in 2019. So anytime you get somebody who can go through the 6th and through the 7th, even if he's getting his ass kicked, you keep him in there every now and then. And he looks like to be the guy who's willing to go up there and just take the punches. Hopefully he can come around and have a good 6 or 7 inning game where he gives up 1 run and just has 8 or 10 strikeouts. That'll be a good confidence booster for him. I've seen him do it before, just not with the Yankees. So the key to get is, the key is to get better from each game. Learn, do some things like they were stealing bases today. They were like now stealing bases and bunting guys over and hitting guys over. They weren't doing this almost all season, and now they're starting to do these things, which is really great. And now they have a more of a righty-lefty balance in the lineup too, which is helpful for them. They didn't have that before. And once Rizzo comes back and some of these other guys, they'll have that balance again. So, and Tyler Wade, guy, man, 275. Tyler Wade has just been kind of slowly, him and Brett Gardner too, really, really hitting well over the past 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks. He's led the team in a bunch of stats, Tyler Wade, recently. He's gotten some key hits, and he's a great base runner. And he's faster than Gardner, man. So Rizzo is there. He was in the dugout, so that was good to see. Austin, what's good, man? Robert, Haney is starting tomorrow, Robert, as far as we know right now, unless something changes. But as of right now, he's starting. And like I said earlier, right, like Robert Kelly just followed up with it to not rush Rizzo back. Voit is hot. And you don't if he's on a heater, you're not going to sit him. It doesn't make sense to sit him for Rizzo. And we don't know how Rizzo's going to respond when he comes back. Just like pitchers, his stamina was affected too. So you need to make sure. I would personally put him in a AA game and a AAA game. Let him get his rhythm back, and then you bring him up. But that's what I would do. I don't like just throwing him to the wolves like that. But this is Rizzo. He's a veteran. I totally get it. Shout out to Stanton too. Key hit first game, big home run the second game. Again, he's starting to come around with the bat. He's starting to kind of go on that roll, and like he's streaky. Like he gets hurt, right, and then he comes back and he stinks for a while, and then he goes in this tear where he hits a bunch of base hits, which is kind of transitioning into these home run barrage where he gets a key hits and home runs. So I have a feeling he's kind of entering that streak right now, and I hope he can carry it into the postseason like he did last year. I mean, he put the team on his shoulders last postseason, so he carried him 6 home runs in the playoffs last year. So he was money in the playoffs. We need multiple guys like that. Voit could DH when Rizzo's back, and Stanton left field, Gallo center, and whoever based on that. Yeah, exactly, Juan Plug. I mean, you put Judge and right based on matchups. You can rotate guys. You give guys a day off. Some just like Stanton and Judge, they're bigger dudes. A day off's not going to hurt them either. So, Benjamin, the Yankees do have to sweep, man. I think it would be great. I mean, they overtook Boston tonight in the wild card standings, which is phenomenal. They passed Boston now, so something to really, really cheer about tonight. Team can play Jordans. Yeah, man. What's good, man? Yeah, very proud of the team, bro. Very, very, very proud of what this team's doing right now. Their energy's high. Like, dude, they're really playing well, man. It's really, really fun to see. And Robert's right too. Wade can play multiple. He plays infield and outfield, Tyler Wade. He's very versatile and very fast. And he, as much as people like to hate on him, he comes through. And I wish he was a little bit more of a contact hitter, but that's okay. He draws walks, he steals bases, he makes good defensive plays in the infield. Even though he should have gotten to a ball tonight that he didn't get to, but thankfully it didn't turn into something really bad. Robert Kelly, first and second, no outs. Gardner up, no bunt. Judge hits fly ball there for you like to think it, but I think it depends on who's on base too, first and second. Like if he bunts, it's got to be a good bunt, and they generally play Gardner for the shift, so you have to make sure you're bunting towards third base so that those guys can get over. But if you have like Voit and somebody else who can't run on the bases, then a bunt is more risky. Like Gardner can outrun these guys, but I think it depends. I think it depends on who you have on base. So we need to make sure that those guys can actually get to the next base. If we beat Boston with Justin, we beat Boston tomorrow. I feel like momentum will get us a sweep against the Twins. I think they'll at the very least win 3 out of 4 against the Twins. A sweep would be phenomenal, or is it 2 out of 3? I think they're playing for 3. It's either 3 or 4, but I think they're going to win the series either way against Minnesota. It's really good not having Nelson Cruz there now, but I think they'll take the series against the Twins and just continue this momentum. They've already won this series, which is great. So tomorrow's just icing on the cake. Guy, I think Anderson is a better hitter when he plays. Yeah, I agree. Because I think it distracts him a little bit from not focusing on hitting so much as a DH. And I would play him, somewhat regularly in the outfield, alternate him, DH outfield, and stuff. Yeah, but I agree. I think he's a better hitter when he's playing the field. He was a great hitter when he was playing the field in Miami. They don't have a DH there, and he played the field every day. So there's no reason he can't do it now. Luke, yeah, let's go, baby. That's right. Allen, we're getting crushed by the White Sox, and that wild card spot is open as well. The A's are getting crushed. Good. I mean, I think they could surpass the A's too. I think they could pass the A's in Boston. I think the Yankees could be the first wild card team. I really do. Again, it depends on how they do the next couple of weeks and how Tampa does to see how close they are in the division. But with Tampa winning and the Yankees winning both games today, they moved from 5.5 games out of first to 5 games. So not much, but I'll take 5. 2 weeks ago they were 9 games out of first place. So I'll take that. We're almost halfway, halfway cut the gap to Tampa. So I'll take it, man. I'll definitely take it. Danny, Lavoie, yeah, dude, Lavoie goes to the DH when he comes back. Gallo, Judge, and Stanton become your. I agree. And then you have these guys, Jonathan Davis, backing them guys up. He's lightning fast with the legs, so I think they're going to keep him around for defensive reasons. And then I think when they call up the rosters, you got Greg Allen up here, Estevan Florial. So you're going to have a lot more athletic options. And even if you play bringing those guys for defensive purposes, like in the 6th or 7th inning, and let some of these guys sit, that's a good option too. Like if they're hitting well or something. So. I mean, it gives them a lot more flexibility. They'll have it. They'll in like 10 days. They'll have a hell of a lot more. 2 weeks more flexibility. Yeah, like I said, Austin. I mean, Cashman some credit, man. For Tyler Wade has a higher RC than Park, and Clay Holmes has been good. Yeah, Clay Holmes has been good. Taubman was DFA'd by the Giants. He was good for like a couple of weeks, and then he fell off. He made some sneaky good trades, getting Joely, getting Clay Holmes, like these under the radar, but like. Not sexy trades, but I mean, they've been as productive as Rich Rodriguez has been productive. Like, they've been good. They really have been good. So I'm happy with the trade deadline. And I think Rizzo is coming back in a cut. Yeah, I mean, Joseph, I think he'll be back probably by Saturday is my guess. But again, he needs 2 consecutive negative tests. And I don't know how many he's taken as of now, but all I know is that's the protocol to return from the COVID IL. So, but we got 50 people on the chat, man. Good job, guys. Welcome. This is only my second live stream, so I'm going to continue doing post games and the post game recaps of these live streams. So I'm really happy that you guys are on here, and really appreciate you guys. And let's keep this moving, man. I want to get up to 100 people on here, and then we just go from there. But and if you're new, welcome to the channel. I hope you like it enough to subscribe and come back too. So we're gonna have a lot of fun on these. I'm moving in a couple weeks, so I'll have my old Yankee Stadium backdrop coming up. And I'm going to spruce up the video, and I'll spruce everything up in a couple of weeks once I'm in my new spot. Right now, you can see my bare house in the back. Everything is packed, so getting ready to move. But we got here Luke. Yeah, I mean, DJ to second, Rizzo to first, Judge to center, Gallo to left, Stanton to right, Voit DH, Sanchez catching, shortstop, Wade third base. Yeah, I mean, Roogie. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. You can even put Judge in the corner and play Gallo at. Gallo in center. Gallo's faster. He covers more ground than Judge does in the outfield. So, and he's got a better arm. So I wouldn't be surprised there. I mean, Judge's cannon would be better served in right field than it would be in center, in my opinion. And then you still have 2 cannon arms out there. But these guys are on a roll right now. I mean, they really are on a roll. They're playing energized baseball. And another good win. 5-3 the first game, 2-0 tonight. Like, they're just looking really good. And they're starting pitching. They're kind of in a groove. Once these reinforcements come back, like hopefully they're. I want to see them clicking on all cylinders. When's the last time any of us has seen them clicking on all cylinders? I can't remember until maybe the playoffs of 2018 or beginning of 2019. Like we've had so many guys. Even there's been like 42 trips to the IL this year. It was about that same last year. It was 50 something in 2019. Like there's been so many injuries for the Yankees that they haven't had an opportunity yet to play as a full strength group. And I'm really hoping that we get to that point. I really do. Yeah, Cashman told the fans soon. Yeah, man. Justin, if Gio, Torres, and Odor are healthy, what do you think Boone will sit the most? I think it should be Torres, but I think they'll sit. I would agree. Torres is younger, but honestly, I would rotate the 2. If Torres is kind of streaky too, and he's hot and cold, if he's cold, I alternate him and Odor. Odor brings stuff to the table too, and he's a pesky hitter. He's more clutch hitter than Torres has been this year. So I honestly alternate them. And Gio's got, you can even plug Gio at short. He's got better range than Torres does. And if you want to sit Torres on a day or DH Torres, you can plug Odor at third as well and then play DJ at second. So, like, you can do things here. But again, I think a rest day for even the most of their starters has to be plugged in from time to time. There needs to be regular rest days for everybody so these dudes don't get hurt. Yeah, I mean, Ryan, I think wild card's definitely possible. I think the first wild card is the goal at the very least. But if you go beyond that, we can get close to the division. They get close to the division. Obviously, they're going to shoot for the division, and if they fall short and they get the first wild card, not bad, not bad. Right now they're trending to win low 90s, so maybe 92 games or something like that. So, and it's probably going to take 92, 93, 94 games to get into the playoffs in this league. So, I like Voit playing about 4 or 5. So do I. One plug. Same thing, man. So, and I like Stanton, and I like Judge doing the same thing, having at least one off day per week, sometimes two. Those big dudes need a regular rest day to rest their body, and we have the firepower to manage if they're out. And I'm not saying like sit them all at the same time, but you rotate these guys, and you have outfielders who can cover for these guys. You have Rizzo who can cover first base. I mean, even if you move them to DH days, you do one DH day for each of them a week. You do one off day for each of them a week. It's a good option too, and that's what I would do to keep these big guys healthy. I really do. Cashman had a D for first half of the season and 8. Yeah, absolutely, Alan. 100%. 100%. D for the first half, A for the second half. He helped resurrect this team with those trade deadline acquisitions. And these guys were the right fits, and they really brought a newfound energy to the team. And I could see guys just dying to get Rizzo back, and the fans are dying to get Rizzo back. He's a great clubhouse guy. So, he'll be good when he comes back either way, no matter what he's doing. What a turnaround. Yeah, man, Joseph, dude, these guys have turned around remarkably. And they are more effective. Yeah, absolutely, man. They're more effective when guys, especially big guys, get regular rest. There's no doubt about it. No two ways about it, man. Imagine when Rizzo comes back. Yeah, same thing, man. When Rizzo comes back, I think you rotate him and Voit between first base, or even first base, and you can DH the other one, or have a day off for Voit and you bring Stanton to DH, and you put you have options here, and which is good. And then again, when the rosters expand, you can give a lot of guys regular days off and give guys like Florial an opportunity and Greg Allen an opportunity. Like, they've shown that they can produce already. So Oswald Peraza an opportunity, and I'm more concerned about like Gleyber Torres' thumb. That's a pesky one. And the thumb is right here when he was, and they say it's going to be at least 3 weeks timetable, but I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. But that said, if he's out, they have the reinforcements to cover for him. And he's had an up and down year, and he hasn't. I mean, I don't know if he's going to get back to that 39 home run year, and that was a crazy year for him. But I wouldn't be surprised. He's got that. Him and Javi Baez are like smaller guys, but they're compact and have that deceptive power in their swing. So the Yanks had an attitude problem. Rizzo and Gallo helped to remind them that this is what it's all about. Enjoying. Yeah, man. Joe Akpani. Yeah. I mean, these guys, they brought leadership. They brought swag to the crew. They brought just like transparency to the crew. And like I said this before, like the Yankees back in the day were like way too just stiff and corporate, and then like they looked disinterested early this year. And now these guys, and Dork brought a different type of energy to the team. Cole brought a fire in the belly, like a Nolan Ryan type fire in the belly to the rotation. And I think he's made guys in the rotation better. So, and I think these new acquisitions are making the team better. And they seem to enjoy playing baseball again, where they didn't just earlier in the season. And I get where like expectations are high and they've been playing like shit. I get it. And that's frustrating. It's deflating, and it just sucks the energy out of you. But that said, they have turned it around, man. And they got swagger, they got balance in their step, and it's fun to see them playing baseball right now. So I hope they continue this momentum. Velasquez did good. Yeah, Velasquez got his first big hit from the Yankees, his first game, 2-run single. He's made some good defensive plays, and he's a Bronx boy, Fordham Prep kid from Bronx, New York. So it's nice to see a local kid make the local team. Doesn't happen very often. I actually can't remember the last time a New York City kid made the Yankees. Dylan Betances. He went to he pitched in high school in Manhattan, actually. I think it was Washington Heights. But he's the last guy I can remember. Aside from that, I don't know. I know Joey Gallo's from New York, but I'm not exactly sure. I don't think it's New York City. I think it's Long Island, but or maybe someone else in New York. Yeah, dude, Gallo's probably our best. Gallo's definitely. I don't think you take Gallo out of. You got to be nuts. So even though you can DH him on occasion, I keep him in the outfield. I mean, he's got the best arm. He can cover ground, and now that he's kind of hitting the ball a little bit better, you got to ride that hot stick. You got to ride it. You have to. They get Gio and Rizzo back. They will have two good contact hitters to be sandwiched between Judge, Gallo, and Stan Allen. 100%, dude. 100%, bro. Absolute 100%. I mean, those are three two good reinforcements that to bring back to the lineup. It'll make the lineup deeper and just much tougher to get through. Gallo will be moved around. Yeah, I don't think he'll be taken out of the outfield either. He'll definitely be moved around. They didn't acquire him to sit him. They didn't. They didn't. You know what I mean? They didn't give up those guys to sit him. Just like they didn't bring Rizzo over here to sit him either. So, Yankees were so dead in the Detroit series. Yeah, man. They did it. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%, Justin. They were absolutely dead. 100%, man. They looked defeated. They looked like it was terrible, man. Now they look like just a hungry team. Like it's really good to see. It's like that movie Major League, if you've seen it. In the beginning of the season, they were just like, oh God, terrible to watch. And now they're in the playoff race. They took the things off the owner, and like there's just a fire in the belly. You got Serrano on the team. You got Jake, like Rick Vaughn. It's just like that. Just so much fun to watch, and they're some of these guys are mesmerizing to watch. So yeah, and 100%, Robert Odor has brought a different energy to. And the Yankees are paying like $6 an hour for Odor. Texas is paying him like $13 million this year and $13 million next year. Okay, he's controlled through next year, and the Yankees pay him like a couple of $100 a week, maybe $100 a week or something like that. Crazy. So unless we have a clear upgrade over Odor, I don't see the point in moving him. I just don't. And he gets a lot of clutch hits. Gets a lot of clutch. He's not the best defensively at third base, but he's a natural second baseman, so I don't expect him to be. But he's made some good plays either way. Jesse, I would say the Yankees won the Wandy Tauchman trade. Yeah, they did. I mean, Wandy's come up more often than not in the clutch, man. I mean, Tauchman had some promise. I was disappointed to see him kind of flare out in San Francisco. Maybe he gets an opportunity somewhere else like Greg Bird did, but I don't know. But they definitely won that trade. And, the Park Holmes trade still remains to be seen because Park's really playing well in Pittsburgh. But I'm happy with what Holmes has done with the Yankees. So just heard the A's pitcher Bassett got hit in the face. Yeah, I heard that earlier. My cousin's a big A's fan. Bassett, I hope he's okay. He's one of the A's best pitchers. I hope I hope it's not terrible, and I hope he's not seriously injured. That sucks getting hit in the face, man. I remember Mike Mussina getting hit in the face. Ugh, terrible, man. Absolutely terrible. I think Cole got hit in the face early in his early career with Pittsburgh as well. Not bad for a day's work. No, man. Jason, not at all, bro. Not at all. Now we got to get some more. Yeah, I mean, if we win tomorrow, they sweep the Red Sox. I mean, the Red Sox owned the Yankees in the beginning of the year. Look at it. Look at the complete turnaround now. They're kicking the crap out of them, which is fantastic. Fantastic. Just playing better altogether. And it's really, really I'm really happy to see it, man. Imagine if they didn't play so conservative in the first half of the season. Yeah, I mean, it was conservative, Alan. It was like clueless. It was lost. They were just not in sync, and Boone was making questionable decisions, and like the guys are just not performing. And I can't fault Boone for everything because the guys have to perform. That's their job, and they're paid millions of dollars to do it. But, it was kind of fault all across the board. And they had the pieces, but it was just, who would have thunk all these guys would stink at the same time and then get hurt? Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. But thankfully, they're coming back to good health. So smash your pinky this week at work. Piece of meat hanging out. Dude, man. Dude, there's a piece of meat hanging out of it. So I feel, yeah. Dude, I feel for him too. Jeez. Yankees are hungry, Jason. Hungry, man. They're hungry. It's like King of the Jungle. They're coming after their prey, man. They are coming after their prey. So I love watching it. It's reminding me of the late 90s Yankees and early 2000 Yankees. That fire, just that energy, and just get pissed off losing and just wanting to, like, we got to steamroll people, man. We got to steamroll people. And it's just, I'm getting that vibe again. Do I think we have a shot at the division? WWS, I do, but they're going to have to, like, of the remaining 40-something games, they're probably going to have to go, like, 30 and 15 to even have a shot. Like, and that's playing 667 ball. Like, they're going to have to win at least 30 of these remaining games to have a shot, because I don't see Tampa falling off that much. So, but who knows? I mean, crazier things have happened. I hope it does. Believe me, I really hope it does. But if they don't, I hope they at least get the first wild card shot. So, yeah, I only got a line. But I mean, they got out of a lot of jams today, luckily, especially in the second game. Wandy, Hill, like, they got out of quite a few jams. And it's good because they were not getting out of these jams early, and they had to be replaced by other pitchers. And that's where, like, overuse of the bullpen came in, and Boone was using, like, 8 relievers a game. And like, it was – especially when doubleheader days and you wear all these guys out and they have to come back the following day, and it kind of wears – and you don't have a day off for, like, another week, then it's – you're sending down guys and calling guys up. And it's just a rotating conundrum of players. That it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I mean, Frank, they're skating by, but not as much as they were before. I think they're playing overall better baseball, but they need all the reinforcements. They need to be at full strength to really show us what they can really, really do. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. We're going on 30 minutes now, but I really appreciate you coming. You guys want me to do this after every game? If there's a doubleheader, I will do it after the second game. I'll still do a recap after the first game, but you guys don't mind. I'll do live recaps after every game, if that's cool, if you guys want me to do that. Yeah, and Gil still has a 0.000 ERA. Ramon, 100%, bro. But play to be named. No, we did not find Danny. I don't know what the hell we got for sending those guys over to sending Sessa and Justin Wilson over to the Reds. I still don't know. Player to be named, but I have no idea. So I'm hoping that, and that was a pretty valuable package that they got, the Reds. So and those guys have been valuable there. So I hope it's a package that, is at least a solid prospect or two. But as long as you guys are up for it, I'll do a live chat after every game, especially night games. So thanks so much, guys, for coming and your support. You guys are the best. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow after we beat Boston. Over and out.